Okay, so this is a video of my recently acquired, as of yesterday, 2007 Lexus GS350 all-wheel drive. I'll start off here in the interior and then work my way to the outside. First of all, I'm going to start the car to move the steering wheel. So it's got remote start. So let's do this. There we go, move the steering wheel. There we go. It's got nav, and it's a really quick system. I'm really impressed, especially since this car is a 2007. It's mid 2000 technology. The touch screen is very responsive and very quick. Pretty easy to use so far. I'm still getting used to it. Let's start with the dash. The dash is, well, first of all, this car is just in really great condition, so I just want to note that for 11-year-old car. But the dash, this is all soft touch. Typical Lexus quality, just put together really well, no gaps, seams. When the car goes down the road, it's very solid and quiet, which is good because that's one of the reasons why one would probably buy a Lexus, let alone a used Lexus, especially a used Lexus. So here's kind of detail of the door panel on the passenger side, leather and wood. With this ash color interior, you get this dark wood, which I really like in person. It doesn't photograph necessarily as well, but in person it's really nice and conservative instead of the kind of orangish looking, reddish looking, depending on the type of wood trim you get in other Lexuses. So this would be the glove box, obviously, nicely damped and felt, and there's two levels in there. It doesn't squeak or rattle. The seats here are perforated leather. They're very comfortable, lots of adjustment. Mine has the cooled seats along with the heated seats, and these are the controls here. Along with, you can take the traction control off, and this is a button on the all-wheel drive for snow and then for power. And if you just leave it in the center, then it's just the normal setting. 6-speed sequential with a manual mode transmission. Yes, I don't have the Mark Levinson stereo system, but I also wanted to point out that in 2007, Lexus was still putting tape decks in their car. So I guess that's kind of cool. I don't have any tapes anymore, but I can say I have a tape deck in 2007. So I don't know if that's bragging rights or what, but there you have it. We've got the phone controls here, voice activation there. We've got volume controls over here, and the up and down in the module, little screen module there for different. I never actually used it. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, that goes to the radio. Okay, that doesn't change. I lied. So that module is what it is, and these buttons change things, for example, on the radio stations, channels. All right, learn with me. Wood and leather steering wheel. It looks nice. I'm not a fan of wood and leather. I'd rather it be all leather because I tend to put my hands up here a lot when I'm just cruising down the highway, and I like to feel the leather better. So, minor thing, but we all have our preferences, right? So up here we have controls for the lights and sunroof, moonroof rather, and your binnacle for your sunglasses. Dual vanity mirrors with lights, nice felt-lined headliner, no mars, tears, or rips. Okay, this consoles lined with felt. You've got 2 levels in here. And actually towards the back, so you can see it there, you've got a 12 volt back there. You have a 12 volt with the cigarette lighter up there. I don't see that I have any USB connectors, but not surprising for 2007, so there we go. This armrest, actually, you can slide it forward and cover that, and again, it's a little, it's a little dirt, but not much. No rips or tears or dents in the armrest. A lot of times on used cars, you'll have a dent in the armrest from where the people keep leaving their arms, especially after 11 years of use. So, as you can hear, I've got the fan on, but you can't hear the, let's see here, let's go back to climate. Let's turn this fan off. Okay, so yeah, let's try the stereo here really quick. Turn the volume up. Not too bad. That's a standard 10-speaker Lexus premium sound. Again, not the Mark Levinson, which is like 330 watts, I believe, in 2007 with 14 speakers. And I hear it's a great system, but don't have it. Oh, also hear this little green thing you can see there. I've got the parking sensors front and rear sonar, so that's kind of cool. Keeps me from dinging up the bumpers, and it actually worked for the previous owner because the bumpers don't have any dings and scratches on them. It also has a backup camera. In fact, we can test that right now. Let's do that. And the mirrors tilt down when you back up, which I love. There's the backup camera. There's the mirrors go back up. There we go. The other thing here, you've got this little binnacle. I keep saying binnacle. Oh, that's a little storage pod. But right here, for your items that you don't use as often. So you've got up here, I've got the sunshade. So let's try that. That button, turn back here. There we go. And this is to turn the parking sonar off and off. This is for the AFS. It's the headlights move with the steering. You can turn that on or off. Okay, it's on. This is for the mirrors. They're automatic fold. Oh no, this is for something else. What is that? Oh, that's for the headlight washers. I'm sorry. Getting to know this car too. So when the headlight's on, there's headlamp washers. This button here is for the mirrors, and they're heated. And you've got your odometer, trip number reset. Here you've got your max and low light, interior lighting on the instruments. Your mirror adjustments, your fuel tank opener, and your trunk opener. A nice little feature on the trunk that I didn't realize until I looked at the manual was that it's not an electric trunk opener. I mean, you've got it on your fob, but if you close the trunk and then it's not all the way closed, you just get down to where it kind of first clicks, it will click automatically by itself. So that's a nice little feature. Those times you're rushed and you didn't really close your trunk lid. Okay, so we got that there. Let's go outside. Well, let's go in the back seat. Okay. A few scratchy right in there. Don't want me to always open the door, but this is the back seat. Get in here. And it's got more room in the back, leg room, than my G37X. Not a whole lot more, but definitely more. Let's say the seats are just about as comfortable as the Infinity, maybe a bit more so. You got this big drive hump because it's rear-wheel drive based vehicle. Plus I have the all-wheel drive on top of that. These are map pockets there, and you've got them here on the door. Fortunately, we do not have heated rear seats, but that's okay. I never sit back here, so don't care. Headrest adjust up and down there. I've got nice LED lighting up here. The windows have a nice tint on them. And again, I love this ash color interior. It's not so dour like with the all black. So that's, I like that. On the armrest here, we have cup holders. And there we go. And you have obviously your pass through here, the trunk. There we have it. Again, just really nice condition in this 2007. For the record, there's 127,000 miles on this car, one owner. Around here, you can see the outside. I've got the 17-inch standard wheels, but you know, they're nice. I'm not going to replace them anytime soon. When I do, I'll go one size up to the 18 size, which that size was optional on the, oh, come on, where's the, train of thought. Anyhow, optional on the GS. Do it this way. Pop the trunk here. Again with our little cubby hole. There we go. I mean, just the condition back here. Is really nice. Now, the one thing about the GS is from 2006 through, I guess it was 11 or 12, the trunk opening is really small. The trunk itself is just shy of 13 cubic feet at 12.7, and it's, you know, nicely shaped. I've got the accessory package on here, so I have the netting and the trunk mat, but a little, probably a first aid kit or something back there. So it just looks like showroom new back there. I mean, you've got your struts here. Just typical Lexus attention to detail. No scrapes on the upper bumper. So we go like that. And there we go. And around the side here, see, no scrapes up here on the roof. Shark fin antenna. I think they put a new windshield in. No, it's the same windshield. Got a couple little things there, but no cracks. This is the front of the vehicle. Just a very subtle mesh below. I noticed on the headlights here there's some fading right above here, and on this one as well, a little mark. And I also noticed that the driving lights, they both work, but when I put the headlights on, and let's see if I can show it here. Okay. When I put the headlights on, you'll notice this auxiliary light works, but this one doesn't. That's just sunlight coming in there. Not too concerned. I think I'm going to see about putting LEDs in there anyhow. So that's my plan of attack there. So the only other mark I noticed, just right here on this piping, there's a little something caught there. And then probably the only other marring I saw would be some rock chips on the hood here. They did manage to put some silver paint on it. keep it from rusting. But all in all, very impressed with the condition of this car. Even the scuff moldings aren't scuffed. Imagine that. Both front and rear. And it's the same on both sides, actually. So that is my quick and dirty video of this 2007 GS350 all-wheel drive. For anybody considering these cars, I would say start with the 2007. 2006, they had the GS300, and that was a smaller six-cylinder, obviously, with like 245 horsepower. Didn't really move this car at all. 2007, a little bit of tidbit, they still had the V8 at 4.3 liters, the GS430. The GS350 was the new engine for 2007 on the six-cylinder, and it put out 303 horsepower and 274 foot-pounds of torque versus the V8, which only put 290 horsepower. So yes, the V6 had more horsepower, but I think it had 313 foot-pounds torque. So what all that translates to is that both the GS350 rear-wheel drive and the GS430 rear-wheel drive were dead heat about 5.7, 0 to 60. I can't remember the quarter miles, but if you want to, look those up. The all-wheel drive 350, like mine, was about 5.8 seconds, so just almost as quick as the V8 with the six-cylinder. So I would say if you're interested in the V8 model, the GS4 series, then wait. I think it was 2008 maybe that they put in the GS460, the 4.6 liter from the LS, and with an 8-speed automatic. So if you want a V8, I would say go 2008, 2009. If you want the six-cylinder, start with the 2007 like mine. So there you go. Also, I think the GS300, there's some questions about the engine reliability versus the 3.5 from what I've read. I could be wrong on that, but it didn't matter because I wanted the most bang for the buck. So the 350 it was for 2007. All right, hope you got some information out of this, and good luck car hunting. And if you have one, hope you're enjoying it like I plan to mine. All right, bye.